Guys, we can't keep making videos. Wow. Hi. So when I started this channel, a lot of it, and basically all of it, was because I had so much about my relationship and about being happy and just a lot in this life position I'm in where I've been learning and growing, and I wanted a channel to help sort all of that sort of things out. I thought that I was going to have a lot more to only focus on my relationship about, but actually, a lot of that stuff kind of eked out in other ways. Namely, there was a very large Discord thread after I was just going through something, and it's like, look, I've been trying to make videos about all this stuff, and I've been holding myself back from that, so I got bottled up. So here's all of just it was messy and not even a big deal, but it was not how I like my emotions to come out. But a lot of my emotions did come out, and the things that I wanted to say in video form, I said in text form instead, which is woefully inadequate. Not bad, because it let me make all of the videos from today instead of just more boyfriend videos, because I make a lot of those all the time, and there will be many more coming forward. But I wanted to take time to run through what some of those subjects were. So this video is both going to be like a little bit for me, just to like clear up some of my personal agenda of the things that are still lingering a little bit, because like, oh, I never made a video about it. You don't need to make a video about it, but I never made a video about it. It's like I gotta close that off. I just gotta finish that chapter, man. And I think these things would be good to reiterate to the fish, even though we've talked about it, and I doubt he needs reiteration. But I need to reiterate. So we're just gonna knock him out. So then I'm not worried about it anymore. Here we go. Up first is that I never had the opportunity to say how special it is to receive gifts and to allow gifts to be sent to me, and just because people don't usually take care of me in that way, and I've always typically been the sole income earner. So if a partner buys me a gift, it's money that I gave them for them to buy me a gift, which just doesn't hit the right way. And then I've also been with people who are not very good at giving gifts, and they would like give a gift that they wanted or that they wanted me to have. It was that kind of a dynamic. So there's a lot of baggage that comes into that system unexpectedly. And I never had a chance to tell the fish about that and how my relation to gift giving is until I accepted, like, oh yeah, sure, we can, that sounds lovely. I would love to accept this nice gift from my boyfriend. Thank you. And I didn't share any of the internal turmoil about what a big step that really was. I was going to make a video about that, but then I didn't, and I accidentally got bottled up, and like, so now it's in a video right now. It's something that I'm getting a lot better about, and the fish is helping me with that. But let it be known that I have a challenged relationship with gift giving and receiving gifts, and being really open about what would be meaningful for me to receive, so people could give me a good gift, because then you have to trust the other person. That's a kind of a messy system, and that's some of what's going on there. On to the next. This one's going to be a little bit like, that was very personal of you. But we're not going to linger on it too much. But just as far as in the bedroom and special activities, which can take place there, things have been advancing very well in ways that I am obviously keen towards. And we're just both developing and evolving quite naturally. And yes, I respond well to how things have been progressing, but I don't feel like I've adequately conveyed emotionally how vulnerable of a position I put myself in to be able to trust someone with that general system of intimacy, and how really awesome it is of me to multiple times in recent history take decided steps about, like, well, I'm going to, you know, advance our relationship intimately in these certain ways, and I'm going to take these leaps, which are scary to me, but they're really important, and that's something that I want to be able to do for our relationship and for the fish. And so I was taking some of those steps and not really adequately discussing how much emotional growth and like uh, what was going into them exactly. So eventually I just accidentally bottled up about it because I didn't have an outlet for, I'm pushing myself and advancing and trusting you a ton right now, which I'm sure he knew, but I never said exactly how much. And then I accidentally bottled up and blah, 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 blah. And so it's better now, but now it's also in this video because I just had to put it in a video. Up next is something that we still haven't talked about, but I imagine that I'll bring it up before this video goes live, and if not, then we're talking about it right now, or at least I am. Because we haven't done just a Discord call yet, we've only really done VR stuff. and we chat on Discord all the time, just text wise. And in particular, sleeping in VR has been super great. And then, like when you wake up after like an hour or whatever, you dozed off, and then it's like, oh, there he is, and it's just really cuddly and super sweet, and it hits in such a special way. I love it, but it's can be a hassle, and then things die, and it's not supremely comfortable. And he's brought up several times that we could just fall asleep on a Discord call, put the phone next to the bed or whatever, and we can still kind of be with each other in that way. Sounds like an excellent system, would be an excellent system, but I have a few hangups just because that's not like a VR thing, that's like a real world thing. That's people calling each other from hundreds of miles away. And that's a step I'm looking forward to taking, but it is going to be surprisingly kind of a vulnerable position to put myself in and just be more real, because we are real, and it's time to allow that to represent more. And that's kind of a scary position for me to take and an advancement for us to do. And that's just going to be a vulnerable thing that I'm going to be doing. And I never brought up exactly how vulnerable it is in kind of a strange way. It's just another way of solidifying us, which I love very much. And that's going to be kind of a, that's going to be an interesting one to handle. And that had to go into the video too. And this one's kind of silly. I don't even know why this one has to go into a video, but I did try making a video that was a music tier list, because one of the earlier things before we were even dating is I asked him what kind of music he listens to, and he sent me a long list with some links, and it was a lot of information. It was really sweet getting that insight, and it was just kind of personal, and he handled it well. And some excellent bangers on that list. And I was going to make a video to kind of one-up him, because I just want to be special and fantastic. But also, I wanted to make a video where I just went through, like, oh, my top 5 artists, and it just sounded like a YouTube thing to do. And I wanted to do that, which stopped me from sharing my list of artists that I really like, which allowed for an incongruity, and I still haven't done that. So I'm going to repent in this video, I guess. Real quick, my favorite band is Modest Mouse. The best album to start with is Moon in Antarctica, although any mouse head worth their salt will tell you that Lonesome Crowded West is their best album. But I love tons and tons of Modest Mouse is my favorite band. And that's really like all I'm going to say there. I don't feel like doing more about music now, but I felt like immortalizing that sentiment into a video, and so I did, I guess. And this next one, and it might be the last one, is something that I did tell him in decent length in that massive Discord message where all my emotions had bottled up and they had to go somewhere on accident, because he was worried about me and I was behaving oddly, and it's like, okay, well, here's all of the really, really good things that are going on. It just didn't handle it very well. And then I think we've also talked about this one in person, a little, in virtual person, a little bit, but it still has to go into a video because it was always going to, and I feel like immortalizing it because this one's pretty special. Because I'm in a pretty vulnerable position every time we just spend time together. Recently, we were sitting on a couch in Resonite, and I was playing Free Cell, a little version of Solitaire, and he was just hanging out, just chilling while I was playing the game, and it was just this most regular, ordinary vibe, just spending time together. And one of the very first times I looked back and I realized, like, oh, I really like this guy, is we were in an escape room in Resonite again, and I was decoding bird text. I don't think I've told this story yet. If I have, you get it again. And I looked back, I was floating up in the air. We had taken a picture of like the text we have to translate, and I had a little crayon and I was up drawing over it, translating, and it was a lot of fun. And I looked back and he was just sitting, like real casual, like down, like up, like just vibing, and just watching. And he wasn't doing anything, fiddling around. He was just hanging out and just watching me be excited about translating. And we were just purely hanging out, not solving a room, not figuring out something together. He was just hanging out while I was doing something. And that's not something that ever really happens. That's a really vulnerable and special place for me. Quality time is absolutely my love language, and the more quality time we spend together, it just feels really great at this point. But for a while, it was really just an emotionally charged moment for me, and it was kind of vulnerable, allowing myself to just spend time with this guy who wants to spend time with me, and I don't know what that's about and how do you handle that, because it's all pretty new to me. And I wanted to say that in a video as well, specifically to immortalize it. Even though I don't think it needed to be said for the sake of the fish, I needed to say it for the sake of myself. Because it is really special, and this guy's really special to me, and I needed to say that in a video, and all of the other things that I said in this video too. I think we're pretty much caught up. And I'm also getting a lot better at opening up to him and talking one-on-one about more of these things, and I used to struggle way more about that, so he's helping me in that regard as well. So I don't need to make as many boyfriend videos as I once did, and as I thought I would be moving forward. And I still definitely will be talking about my relationship a lot, just because it's a pretty good relationship, and I like this guy. And I have a channel where I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. So yeah, that's just how I am on the boyfriend videos front. I wanted to make a video about that, and so I did. I hope that you liked the video about the videos I was going to make, and then ended up not, because I accidentally bottled up and went blah, 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 which I never really want to do again. And thankfully I've got this channel to help me sort out some of my emotions. Not even all of them are about the relationship, but just what I have going on and what I'm excited about, so I can move forward with the rest of my life in a more ordinary and unbottled up way. Hope you got something from it, because I know I did. I hope that you're having a good day. I always hope that, and I hope that it's true. And if it's not true, then that's okay. But you know what? Good luck, because you're worth it. You really are. Bye, guys.